Hey everybody, it's Mike. We're back here again with Disco Elysium. We are uh, we are running out of things to do real fast. We did a lot of cool stuff last time, tidied up a lot of loose ends. We got the body, got Kim to get the body back. Oh, we went back and fixed the terrible things we said to Kim 2 episodes ago. So we got to see Kim bust a move in the dance, in the club. And so yeah, now we really are the only thing we have available to us, it seems, is to go down that tunnel. The other option we have is to come over here and roll this interface check on this door. That seems nigh impossible. But really, I want to save... I keep going back and forth on this. I have 2 skill points that I could put in interfacing to help that roll, but it's a 20, and I've got a 9, and so I'd have to put both of them in it to move the needle at all, and it's going to come up to be like a 5%, 7, I think it's at a 3 right now. So the more I think about it, the more I'm like, let's just hope we can come back to here at some point in time, and we're going to have a better odds of being able to open that or something, because it just seems like a waste of those skill points right now, and we might need them somewhere else, and it's a red check. We also still have that godly logic roll with Suna, that we have a really big negative modifier too. So I think now we are heading down here. That's where we're at. We're gonna go see what's going on the other end of this, tunnel. Got all the armor we have on, and I got my gun back, and Kim didn't say anything to me about it, but he didn't see it. It's in my pocket. So let's see. There we go. Hand-eye coordination. Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm. The polished wooden handle almost fusing into your palm. I think my hand recognizes it. It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. Sheathe your sidearm, officer. A serious law official, cop by the book, should know to only unholster their service weapon when using it is unavoidable. So let's see if Kim says anything about it now that I have it.
Yes?
Doesn't seem so. It's probably because he just wasn't there. He probably would have said something about it then. But, he was gone, delivering the body finally to processing like 4 or 5 days late. So now we're going to venture into the tunnels and just see what happens. This is the point that we got to earlier, where it was essentially, this is a path of no return. Make sure you've done everything you want to do. And Fucking Tater says to point the gun at Kim. That'll teach him. No, I don't want to risk making any ill will with Kim. He's my bro. So here we go. Don't know what's going to happen, but I'm sure it's going to resolve itself just fine. I'll take that money, though. A concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Hey, there's that jacket that I learned about in the thought. That was one of the few things that happened off screen when I was setting up the Kim fix. I had a shivers check. Oh, here we go. Ruby the Instigator. Ooh, wow, that was intense. Suddenly your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull, a strange pain like you've never felt before. Through the static you hear a woman's voice. Perception. Hearing? It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once, but her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
Pain threshold. Legendary failure. Oh, wow. I didn't know it told me when I failed. As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways. What happens if I don't cover my ears? Cover your ears. Up, heal. No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience, way worse than all the previous ones. Don't focus on the pain, focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest. You're under arrest. What happening to me? Are you going to kill me too? Help Kim, help Kim, help my brain's on fire. Yell through the static. You are under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
She turns the dial in her hand. Oh dang, I'm going to need to go buy some health somewhere. You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain. What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing, it's the ULAN frequency. Blasted from the pale emitter Fat Angus mentioned. I saw your equation, it's the ULAN frequency. Say nothing, try to cover your ears.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? Well, I expected as much. Though I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
She thinks I'm dumb. Huz 136841, Huz 37891303, Huz.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale. Literally crunch the distance across it.
I'm not sure what the pale is.
Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale. People lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you might be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for an opportunity to break loose. What's the pale anyway? How did you get your hands on this thing? Will it stay like this forever? Have you experienced the compressor yourself? This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed. Please turn it off. What's the pale anyway?
Well, it's the end of the world.
Okay. How did you get your hands on this
I
thing?
built it myself.
She nods towards her torture device. And she's proud of it too, as she ought to. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like walking out of a very confusing dream.
Hz 342455797 Ter Callus Hz Allen R Ol Amitini Pills Mu Tu Dirk Hz 44645448829 Hz probably sounds like I'm having a mental breakdown or something. Have you experienced the compressor?
I stuck my head in there before using it on you. Seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops, and of herself merely as prey. Please, could you turn it down so I can ask you
If
something?
you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
236-189-281 if you're looking for a deal on mattresses. Shh. 23567 3297 104 Oh, Rosalind. Oh, Rosalind.
Then this...
The lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the showers. The pain lessens. The gun she's carrying is two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe. How did you know we were coming? I heard you in the passage, and I've been preparing for quite a while. Okay then, I have other questions. Oh dang, I wonder if I could have used the bullets to load my gun. By hiding bullets under floorboards. Okay then. You see, so you found my stash, my shack, huh? I'm not surprised. She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel, the washerwoman. So nice, she smiles, a little smile. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back. As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now, already for one. Why hide the bullet, though? This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies. That's her admitting one bullet was an emergency exit. Ay. Did you shoot Lely? No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, she hesitates. He wouldn't have broken first. You're right, Khaleej was the first to share her suspicions. When I threatened to arrest her, Khaleej broke. She told me everything. Oh, she smiles sadly. I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. It didn't help her. She was a fugitive. We took her in. We arrested her. Consider yourself avenged. Say nothing. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Your own boys told us you were on the coast. My boys? Yeah, the ones you poached from Titus and Titus himself. Ruby boys, formerly the Hardy boys. She looks at you incredulously. What? I don't even understand what you're trying to get at here. Oh, it doesn't even matter. How can they be my boys when they're not even my friends and those guys liked me? I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like. A dull despair is creeping into her voice. How do the rest of you get by? Wait. Wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up. I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up. I did, didn't I? And now you've come for me. I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you. Like what? She adjusts her grip on her gun. I already told you I didn't do it. A strong moral compass, she still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself. Did you say that Lely was a likable person? I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. There's nothing more personal that you had against him, perhaps his way with women. Did you feel protective of the Union? You don't feel sympathy for Mercs, it's hard work, blah blah blah. This is the women thing. You think I was envious of his conquests? Look. And definitely not a reason to off someone. You don't feel sympathy for Mercs, it's hard work. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do. Did you feel protective of the Union? Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pond sending in those foreign hirelings, me and a bunch of other people around here. I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I don't think she's perjuring herself. Thank you, Drama. I have other questions. Do you have an alibi for when Lely was shot? Man, I was with the boys that whole night. I hope that they at least bothered to impress that upon you. There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. They did say you left to take a very long leak. There was half an hour missing. Oh gosh, I can't remember which one this was. I don't think it was a half an hour. I do remember them saying she went to the bathroom, though. They did say you take a very long leak. Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul, chugged a lot of beer, man. She scoffs, can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time. Our investigation, whence from the pain, has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder. Wow, now I'm curious. Please explain. Play pinball much? Look, there's a secret way from the first floor of the whirling to the roof. Don't know it, but also studying your face, evaluating your competence as a police officer. The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have heard it downstairs. She has a point there. No one mentioned. The pain stops him from finishing the sentence. You have a gun. And where did you get it? The gun store. What gun store? Trigger Happy Jacks. Really, Trigger? Doesn't sound like never. Really, Trigger? What did you think? That I was going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal. I see as a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere? Sure don't. A breech loader. Nope. This is such a wipeout. I can't quite tell what kind of gun is it. A Notch 2080 front loader, 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing. That isn't it. Do you collect guns, maybe old rifles? No, they're not practical. Break too often. There's other evidence I want to ask you about. You liked Khalij a lot. I consider her a good friend, yes. Are you a girl liker? What does that mean? Yeah, why not? I've gotten worse. Her hand slipped from the dial of the compressor for a moment, almost turning it down. Then she put her hand back up. Not yet, not yet. Is peeping one of your hobbies? But you wanted to be more than just friends? I'm not following your clever insinuations, detective. There's a hole in the wall. You can see into Khalij's room. I wouldn't blame you if Khalij said you may have just used the peephole in her wall to spy on her. It's just There's a hole in the wall. Khalij said you may have used the peephole in her wall to spy on her. It's just the hole in Khalij's wall is pretty suspicious. Look, I'm not aware of any hole in Khalij's wall, and if I had been, I would have told her to get it sealed. That's what friends do. So you haven't been watching Khalij through the hole in the wall. Nope. Look, she has an effect on people, or had, before you sent her off in your Morland-turned meat grinder. It's impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room, and very difficult to look away. Let's travel enough, and you realize, for the same reason that she's everyone's type, as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable. But you wanted to be more than friends. Oh, so that's where you were going with this. She said you wanted to run away with her. That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts we didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip? The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain. Okay, fine. She rolls her eyes. I was into her. Khalij was into me too. For a time, I know it. We even fooled around once, and yeah, after that, I thought maybe we could make a go of it. Khalij only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here. Khalij only likes truly buff men. Khalij said you only kissed. She rolls her eyes again. If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details. Seriously, just move on. Fair enough. But I do want details, actually. Cringe from head to toe. Then what happened? She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leading me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on. Khalij said you got very, very angry when she started seeing Lely threatened her. Yeah, one time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living a DeLorean tragedy. By the way, DeLorean tragedies are still held in high regard for innovative in language and motifs. They are also known for overwrought emotions leading to catastrophic outcomes. And despite everything, you helped her by staging the lynching. Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The Merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer. There are other things I ask about. Go ahead. And mine too, he thinks, but keep on, this must be done. Do you like to hang out on rooftops? Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Kalisia's rooftops. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna. Is that the only reason you go hang out on the roof? What's so great about her antenna? So you're sure you didn't shoot the Merc from the roof? Is that the only reason you go hang out on the roof? The view's pretty bomb too, but you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, along with Kalige. So what's so great about her antenna? It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival. So you're sure you didn't shoot the Merc from the roof? Yes, I'm sure, and anyway, as I said before, the shot had to come from afar. Did you leave any flowers for Kalige on the roof? No, gifts or flowers and candy aren't really my style. These weren't just flowers, they were symbols of a revolution. Kalige was mourning. They were symbols of revolution, so now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around, come on, but Kalige was mourning. I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse worth of flowers has to die too. Okay, so you didn't leave Maybells. No, I did not. You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry. She shakes her head slowly. So Hearts of Gold, Tommy. Never trusted a musician. Maybe twist the knife just in case. Maybe make her more desperate. No, he didn't. Found my own way in. Maybe twist the knife just in case. Make her more desperate. What is that? Does that mean this is twisting the knife? Or, yeah, I made him talk. I don't know which one of these is twisting the knife. Yeah, I made him talk. Yeah, that figures, she shrugs. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking? She's more upset than she lets on. You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say. This means you're already a known killer because drugs kill people. You had financial incentive to kill the Merc. These don't really feel right. You had financial incentive to kill the Merc. You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say. I've been talking to a lot of criminals, but you had a financial incentive to kill the Merc. You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say. She scoffs. That's your prerogative. This means you're already a known killer because drugs kill people. Drugs don't make people abuse them. Hopelessness does. As for drug trade, it would continue with or without me. I like to think my efficiency as an organizer has at least prevented some internal conflicts. You had financial incentive. Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union. The lieutenant is unable to articulate his question. She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later. She turns the knob down just a millimeter, then continues. I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun, she glances at it, has only been used for self-defense against the serious scum. There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now. But you're threatening us with it. I wish I could use my gun right now, but you're threatening us with it. Based on what I've heard about you, you are a serious scum, she responds, holding your gaze. Okay, I've already asked all those questions. Take a step back. Who killed the Merc if it wasn't you? How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip on the radio. Those rings around her eyes have her tired voice. She's been staying up late listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez. Police radio, you've been following the case? Who hasn't? She shrugs. You know, I can still see him there in Kalisha's bedroom lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a long while. What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version. She eyes you warily as though gauging your sincerity. It's okay, we just want to... He struggles to finish the sentence. Alright, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy Boys, and over a few beers, like always, and Khalees comes in all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves, so I grab a seat next to her. Did she also seem high to you? Khalees said you knew something was wrong immediately. Did she also seem high to you? Oh yeah, super high. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before. Police said you knew something was wrong immediately. Nope, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her, but no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah. You made it look like he'd been hanged. Khalees said you seemed to have a plan prepared when you got there. What? No. Lynching was her idea. Her idea. Yeah, in cold blood, it really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The partying girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys. She lied to you about that too. Showerhead, resourceful, that's bad. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed. Do you think she killed Lily herself? As I keep telling you, cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs, no gunshots, nothing. But even if it's true, the lieutenant forces himself to finish the sentence. Weren't you worried that the lynching might lead to war? She purses her lips. The thought crossed my mind, but the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way, although the way things are going, she doesn't seem to want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt. She shrugs. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. If you didn't kill him, why hide? I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by La Puta Madre agent. So this is what she was scared of, to tell Titus, the cop, this cop. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent? She looks you quizzically. Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener. Uh-oh. Dying again. Though all of a sudden, sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Why me, you hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. It felt like a vein exploded. Who's everyone? How do you know this? Everyone in Jamrock, the cops and criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a death ray waiting for you? If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too. Tell me what's my name. If you know me, you know that about me, you must know my name. Harry Dubois, she replied quickly. One corrupt... Oh wow, he is really corrupt. The disco pants, the funky tie. Agent of La Puta Madre. So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the take. Criminals make up boogeyman stories about cops all the time. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you are and are scared of you. Puta Madre, I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right? Is this a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to know all about this, but I lost my memory recently. No, that was a real question. Yeah, sure. She doesn't believe you. I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. What did you do to this Madre anyway? You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition. She pauses, and now I have Harry can opener in my lair. Wait, one thing possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was this you singular or plural? She might know something. When I came into town, Should I just try to destroy this thing? I only have one more health thing left. When I came into town, was there anyone with me? Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them? Anyway. I don't know what happened to them. Who was this squad? Was in this squad? Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. She nods towards the lieutenant. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff, and the lady wasn't bad either. What else can you tell me? One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him, and the woman was the only one in the uniform all were carrying. That sounds about right. No idea who these people are, literally. Satellite Officer Vicwamir looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Minois. We can either take a room here in the Whirling or go home for today. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. Jean takes his blonde wig off. Call Hiddleston. He can give us a ride. I think I know them. They're in Martinez. Yeah, that's right. I was just testing you. I think I know them. They're in Martinez. Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends unless you have something pressing to ask me. Do you know about the bunker next door? What? The communist hideout there? Just a bunker. Have you been? Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp, but I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to... Her voice trails off into white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm approaching. Uh-oh. I should have turned that thing off when I could. Keep calm, breathe in. After the pain recedes a little clearer. Boom! I think I failed. How did I fail? The violent white noise became even more overwhelming, closer to compressor. Feels like your brain is swelling. Squirm in pain, hold very still, hold still, and try to have an apocalyptic vision. Hold very still. There, I told you, it's best not to move. Just try not to collapse. Look, I know this isn't very fun for you, so let's wrap this up. You have a tribunal to attend. Do you know something about the tribunal the mercenaries are planning? She chuckles. Tribunal is an awful fancy word for what they're going to do, but yeah, I was listening to the frequency. They finished their investigation. Now they're going to put on a show before meting out punishment. She pauses, biting her lip. Even though those assholes gave me up, I'm worried for the boys. And you, watch out for yourselves. You seem to have a habit of walking into traps. What? They're trying to set up a trap? I'm guessing you don't know that a third mercenary has come to town just in time for the tribunal. Now you do. If one hornet can kill 40 honeybees in a minute, then 3 hornets should be able to kill 120 honeybees in a minute. Or more, since they'll also be covering one another. A third. Oh, this is bad. She nods. As I said, watch out. The pain is becoming unbearable now. Glad to have been assistance. She tosses her head back defiantly and turns down the machine. Best of luck. Rivachol's a bitch. So I no longer have health packs left. The woman runs past you and disappears down the darkness of the tunnel. All things considered, the lieutenant's still reeling from the pain. That could have gone worse. Wait, shouldn't we go after her? No, I don't think she did it. She's someone else's case now. It's too late anyway, she's gone. Now we have to come up with a really good excuse for why we walked right into a trap like that isn't going to look good in the report. Looks around, then points further into the cavern, her tent. Maybe there's something in there. Ugh. That was a lot of health I just had to burn. Dark water trails into the distance. There is no way out. Oh, yay! That's good. Cooking utensils. She still has prepared herself porridge with bananas. The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out. Look inside. The tent looks old but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and kerosene lamp. It reeks of cigarettes. Shine your flashlight on the books. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines. The lieutenant peeks over his shoulder. See anything. Sift through the magazines. Riga Monthly Journal of Material Science, More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have an image on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook. A notebook. Take it. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. We should read this immediately, like right now. I'm on it, Kim. A well-loved journal with a brown leather cover and the brand name Schneller embossed on the back. It seems to have served as a loyal friend to a lonely traveler. This thick journal cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. Examine the cover. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among the architects and engineers. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here seriously. Unwind the strap. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. Study the handwriting. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. Flip through the pages. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated. It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this. What kind of logistics? Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions. There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this. Okay, guys, hang on one second. I'm going to go let my dog out, and I'll be right back. Alright, back at it. What are the diagrams of? Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Anything personal? Short, wry observations of people and places, probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few pages with many questions in them. The way some of those question marks trail off into ellipses, she was going through a tough time. How far back do the entries go? The first entry is from August 2nd of last year and reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. What did she write the day Lely died? Nothing on March 4th, March 5th, though. Well, that's bound to come back and bite us in the ass. I'm bad at this, loyal to a fault, but that's another matter entirely. She's referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense? Anything about La Puta Madre? The name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder, would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You don't see an M, though. La Puta Madre M is mentioned on... Oh, you do see an M. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th. Read the entry of March 9th. Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt, to investigate the lynching, but also I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? The call. Did M call her personally? Why? Read the entry for the 12th. Been holed up here for 3 days. Now I'm used to being alone and all. I don't know when I'll be able to leave or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out. Of course, I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example, but experience tells me. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. What's the most recent entry? The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder. On top of that, forever on the run. Not really my idea of open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning. Lieutenant taps this on the page. It looks like she might have been framed. That would be a first or fourth, but who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed. If she didn't do it, then maybe it's a good thing we didn't catch her. Kim, am I really La Puta Madre's agent? If she didn't do it, then maybe it's good that we didn't catch her. I wouldn't go as far to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than with us, especially if she has problems with the Madre. Kim, am I really La Puta Madre agent? He looks right in your eye for a moment, then sighs. No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure. He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps you shouldn't be so trusting. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting. Ay. Then who do you think killed the merc? Khalij was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or... He stops to think. But no one heard the shot. Maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, we should go back to the Whirling, see if we can find out more about her time there. One thing is for certain, we have business back at the Whirling and Rags, questions to ask. Let's be careful, though. The tip she gave us about the tribunal was disturbing. Uh-oh. Alright, we now have 3 skill points that we could use on interfacing. That would actually max it out. That still seems like it's not going to give us the best chance in the world to open that door. I wonder, like, I thought it was getting close to the end, but I feel like now here we are again, just opening things up again. We still have that island to explore. Now that that emitter's... I wonder if I can do... Now that that emitter's out of commission, I wonder if I can go and do that check on the logic check for Suna. Let's go see. Do I need to load my gun? Thought I had a bullet. Just don't remember where it went. I thought I picked it up. That's the evidence bullet. I don't see it. It's not going to be enclosed. Ah. Could have sworn we picked that bullet up under the floorboards. Alright, let's see.
Yes, what is it?
No, it still says pale unknown. I'm gonna guess we're gonna have to wait until after we get from the, back from the island, I'm guessing. This game just keeps going, man. Every time you think you got it figured out, throws you another curveball. Okay. Where are we going? What did the Kim say to do? Return to the Whirling Rags. Ruby said you were a notoriously corrupt cop, La Puta Madre's peon. That's why she was scared of you. When you get a chance, call your station, find out more, if you dare. Only thing I worry about there is, like, is it going to cost me health to do that? I feel like that would be morale, not health. But who knows?
I'm all out of shit to give, Loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Oh, dang. Shit it's happening.
Put your goddamn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through, alright?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, Loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach the butt of his sidearm. Say nothing, Kim. What is going on here? Lieutenant raises his left hand.
It's a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Gift is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone caught here.
You all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fella? Peaceful?
Oh, this is a new person.
Nest in your abdominal cavity, like a little wild mouse.
Oh, so that's what I heard him say. Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them. I don't even see that. Oh, that's him over here.
Fuck, she was right. That must be the 3rd mercenary.
We're out of time. This is, what do we do? The big one in the mercenary in the gates, the scab leader. Stop. This is the police. We're out of time. This is... Is this it? Is this the end of the game? Have I just, like, screwed myself? I only burned, like, 6 hours. Stop. This is the police.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd, losing his balance for a moment. He staggers backward.
Big fuck!
I can see you're drunk. One wrong move, and I'm taking you out. Easy now. No one needs to die here today.
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for everyone to see.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle. The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. You feel your fist contract as you stand there between these men, all carrying real weapons. No, it's okay. Soften him up and trust the others to attack if it comes to that. Make him talk. Present an argument. Shoot. Figured out the armor. That's thought my handout coordination was better than that. You brought backup. Point to the masked man from out of town. Oh yeah, that's Rude. The armored man smiles a vicious smile. Rude the killer, Hunkaloween. He doesn't talk much. What was that, Rude? Rip you open. The killer? The gunner. He gestures toward himself, the reddest. He nods towards the woman, the killer. He points to the figure clad entirely in ceramic plate. What do you think he does? There on the rim of Hohenklowin's helmet, you count little stick figures, 19, 20, 21. Count the figures. About 50 little stick figures, all of them black, plus 2 little white ones at the end. These men served in Simones, the native islanders. The 2 little white figures in the end are from when they moved to Revachol. They are recent. Kills black people almost exclusively. Oh, I didn't think... Think you're real tough, huh? The killing is meaningless. Kills black people. That's right, he stares at you with watery eyes. Man presses through his teeth, his hands on his belt. Gene. Whew, this is tough. Listen, they didn't do it. Yeah, who did then? What I need is... It was Khalij. It was Ruby. It was me. It wasn't me. It was someone else. Someone who's not here now. It wasn't Titus. It wasn't Khalij. It wasn't Ruby. I just need a little time to figure this out. It was someone else. Someone who's not here right now. He gives you a drunken stare, then puts his hand on the gun. His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex he's about to draw. He was shot from a great distance. A sniper did it. A lot of people could have gotten on that roof. Actually, they are here, pointing the enemy. It was one of you. Shot from a great distance, a sniper did it. You think I'm stupid, cop? There's a dangerous gleam in his eye. What if I just shoot one of your pals here right now, huh? He points his gun at Elizabeth. How about... Kip, tell me if it was a magic sniper one more time. Listen, please. She raised both hands. This cop and his drumhead court-martial won't decide who. Think. Why doesn't he believe me? The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him all together. Titus said, we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loudly in a public place. Wait. He was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me. Wait, they didn't confess. Wait, listen, he was shot. He was shot. He wasn't hanged. You're lying. He heard it. Paul heard it. He doesn't move the weapon. You heard wrong, the lieutenant shouts. He and these men have been helping us find the shooter. The hanging was only to cover it up. When they confessed, they were lying. The gardener isn't one of them. They confessed they were lying. Uh-oh. He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts the muzzle of his gun. Shot rings in your ears, a low, tiny ringing. The Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot was flown over her head, crashing a small plain glass window behind her. The man looks at his revolver and smiles. I missed. I know what I heard, Cordy. The radio operator looks at him. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night. That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or otherwise there'll be another shot. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. That was a close call. Alright, let's hope this works. Whew! Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Cornell would have never sanctioned this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely. Just a question. Who's in charge of your unit after your death? Your colonel. Cornell does not give you the right to conduct a tribunal. You were called Downwell once. What happened? Gulp, say nothing. Doesn't give you the right to conduct a tribunal. Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Cornell would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick. Cornell. Cornell does not give you the right to conduct a tribunal. Pops, he says, looking at your saggy sideburns. They seem to calm him down for a second. You have no idea about the rights Cornell extends to us. I don't care. It's not to kill civilians and local law enforcers. Okay, what rights are those then? I don't care. It's not to kill civilians and local law enforcement officers. Whew, this is tight. I'm not really sure which one of these to pick. Okay, what's rights are those then? What rights are those then? I don't care. It's not to kill civilians and local law enforcement officers. Okay, what rights are those then? If I kill you, hang you to the street light, he points by your shit pipes, then that's called a necessary display of force. No one's going to give a shit about a dead loincloth. That's reality. Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something. Oh, man. Are you all drunk? Look at yourselves. Yeah, so what? Your judgment is impaired. You'll regret this. Nah, he wipes the sweat from his brow. Enough already. What is this? The woman in voice. We didn't come here to chat. Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot. Lance Corporal, the outburst is accompanied by yellowish saliva around his mouth. Ah, freaking A. I knew I was going to fail. Damn it. I feel like I got to know your dead friend during our investigation. He doesn't seem stable at all. Of course, nothing bad will happen. Talk about his dead friend. He seems stable enough to talk about it, to take it. He doesn't seem stable at all. Even better, it will further destabilize him, costing time and maybe even lives. This might be a very bad moment to come up with this, but he's Cordy, right? Yes, go on. I don't want to do anything but say that thing. But say that thing down there. I feel like I got... Yes, go on. I don't want to do anything but say that thing down there. The man he's mourning was called Ellis Courtnier. Cordy would be short for Courtnier. Could they be brothers? Ask him that. What could go wrong? It's a discovery. Yes, this will be good. It will calm him down and won't cost any lives. Lives that could have been otherwise spared. And if not, lives aren't that important anyway, including yours. Ah, this is going to end badly. Was this your brother? You don't talk to me about my brother, loincloth. He squeezes the words out of between his clamped hands, his hand on the pistol. Oh yes, immediate failure. Things are worse now. He's observed your every motion carefully. Figured out the armor, got them arguing, discussed dead friend, got him talking. Woo! Stand there quietly, hope nothing bad happens. %, that's better than the 50% I just failed. So I need to roll at 6. Got him. A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb for explosion. Look through the smoke. rising from the barrel. The smoke drifts west with the wind. You hear the plaza erupt in violence, slow like a waterfall in reverse. Look at Courtney. There's a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out, and he stumbles backward, his eyes filled with rage and disbelief, gurgling, muttering something unintelligible, his lips moving swollen with fear and trying to say, shoot him, but he can't. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. He moves steady, but long barrel. The rifle sways slowly. An Ister RFA-7 built for taking out light armored vehicles. It will devastate you. Kim. Where is Kim? Blink, reaction speed. Dodge the shot. I failed. Kim died. Oh, I got hit. A low shot rings. You feel a tapping like rain on your chest plate, heavy drops of rain, then sound of dice rolling at the cuirass distributes the shot evenly from plate to plate. You got hit, the armor took most of it, but your rib cage burns, feels like blood slowly seeping into your lungs. Lieutenant face pales without tremble. He quietly utters, God, please. He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet, an extremely difficult shot. Then two shots ring out at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol and the other from DePaul's. It aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you. Kim, who screamed. Kim, did he hit the rifleman? Glenn, dying in a pool of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers. You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you. Through the smoke and the panic, with the blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you, then squeezes the trigger. Look him in the eye. The look of vengeance framed in blood, lips shaking. This is the last thing he'll do on Earth, but he will do it. He is your end. Here comes death. Let it happen. I don't have their... Well, I mean, I could try. Impossible to evade the shot. Well, you can't. There's no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark, a distant blur as you recede into it. Listen through the darkness and the pain. What do I see? Try to open my eyes. Nothing. A persisting darkness, dancing lights of pain, distant shadows cast by them like a hellish play. Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. You're bleeding out. No one wants to do anything with me. No one wants to party with me. Of course, I get gunned down and die. Sorry. Gunned down in the line of duty. It's okay. Kim, I lied about not remembering who I am. I made it up. I remember everything. There's a white shadow that smells like apricots. It's always there. Stay with me. You feel burning hot tears streaming down your face. Can't forget, even when I drink so much. It said, I have a vast soul. Do I have a vast soul? I should have called her. Shouldn't have called her. Now she hates me. She would have started loving me again, but I called her and now she won't. Shouldn't have called her. Now she hates me. Yes, keep talking. The lieutenant pushes down on your wound hard. You hear me? Stay awake. But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy. The sound's ever more distant, and a cold comes over you. Kim, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. DePaul, a slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands. You got to be kidding me. Scream immediately. He's going to die. Lieutenant trusts you. Kim truly trusts you. If I fail this... No, you scream behind you from bloody lips. Your eyes are full of fear. There's no room for hesitation. Lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a faint scream, a woman's, then the sound disappears like someone pressed a stop on the tape. The woman is gone, so is Kim. Then the whole world fall into total darkness. This is death. One more door, baby.
Death.
One more door, baby. One more door.
No, let me back into the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his boom sleep.
He can't go, not before the case is solved. There is a radio in the distance, a radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally, we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a Cupri's kinema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
Kim Kutaragi, you see Kim's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple from the pain. Kim? Sunrise Parabellum, the lieutenant says. He's in the middle of a freshly cleaned room with the fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. Ouch. It's not ouch time yet. You just got a Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off. Dramamine, then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under the counter bad. The room, it's clean. Mr. Gart cleaned it. Took him an entire day. How long have I been out? 2 days in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse and drink water. What did you say, Sunrise? Sunrise Parabellum, Sunrise Prepare for War. It's an old revolutionary saying. Isn't that written on your... My God, it's engraved on it. It served you well. Is it war today? He looks out the window. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off for now. He unzips a bomber jacket barely. Good. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay. What happened? What happened? You shot the major in the face. A firefight ensued. Is he dead? Yes. As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He hit the cuirass. I heard it go off. I was looking for a clear line of sight to him. He sounds a tiny bit sorry. He did not find it before you got hit. I shot and wounded him while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive. There's a pause. Titus, Fat Agnes, Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not. Who shot them? They both died before they made it to the intensive care. Titus survives. So do Elaine and the musician. I forgot his name. Eugene. He's still alive too. When did they get shot? You were bleeding out by then. I think you said something about your wife, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them to Paul before she got the jump on me. Thank you. I killed her. The lieutenant takes a cigarette from his coat pocket and lights it. A bitter smell fills the room, and that's what happened. I thought you smoked only one a day. This is the one. And they're all dead. All three of the contractors. He nods. DePaul was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Cornell for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate. Why? Because we deterred them. Or Joyce did. Maybe the harbor in full lockdown. It's too costly a target. Or maybe, he breathes in the fumes, thinking. Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know. How many casualties on the Union side total? 4. Glenn, Theos, Shanky, and Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets. There's a pause. Who shot these people? Only the woman was left. And that's all an absolute disaster. It's a total shit show, Kim. I don't know how it could have gone any better. Let's face it, officer. And this is both our fault, he says calmly, without accusation. Could have gone a little better. 7 people are dead. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. He rubs a swollen chin. The worst scenario has not materialized yet. And he smiles. We are still alive, both of us. He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies. His smoking, his hunched back, you have it worse, but he took a real beating. The cigarette has medicinal purposes. How bad am I hurt? Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. It appears no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome. He points to your shoulder. The bruising in your shoulder is negligible. The armor took the brunt of the fire. Can I walk? We will see. Has anyone from my station been to see me? No. A man and a woman sit in front of a seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicquemar is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says. Good. I don't need them. I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site. Odd, you haven't seen any, have you? There's a pause. I'm sure they're worried about you. That means he hasn't seen them around while you were out. They're not really worried about you. If they were, wouldn't they be here? If they're so worried about me, where are they? Better not agitate yourself further. It already hurts. Sorry. You may have some idea, but not going to get into it with you. If not my station, then who treated me? I did. Thank you. No need. Are you hurt? Not very. He rubs his chin. I have a concussion from the woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. There's a pause. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me. Okay. It's time to get to work. Dang. I wonder if you can actually completely defuse that situation. Easy now. The lieutenant turns double again before your eyes, an orange hue of pain. How are you? My disco days are done. I feel fantastic. Let's rock. Who cares? Who cares about me? It doesn't matter. I'm very bad. Kim, things are very bad. My disco days are done. Your disco days should have been done quite a while back, Lieutenant Euphrater. What happens now, Kim? I honestly don't know. You don't know? But I don't know either. Good, because I totally do. Do you? Because we can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. Joyce has left too. Joyce is gone? Yes, she left yesterday morning to meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Cornell from sending in death squads. He looks out the window. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her end. Either way, Ruby's gone. College, well, at least she's safely locked away. You think she could be of more use to us? Locked up? No, she would be of more use to us free, honestly. But it was the right thing to do. Who did it then? Who killed the hangman? I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. His voice is calm, matter-of-factly. The Maybells, the flowers. What about the hole in the wall? This is cause I'm La Puta Madre's peon, isn't it? Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol are his peons. Even if you are, it isn't as decisive factor in this case. That does make some sense. It's the Maybells. What? Yank it out and show him the dried flower while it falls to pieces. This one, remember? Every piece of garbage in this city is not connected to the case. You don't have to keep everything. He's wrong! No, Kim, every piece of garbage in the city is connected to the case. Okay, he concedes, clearly not meaning it. What about the hole in the wall? Someone was checking her out. I don't know. He rubs his neck. That's been there for years. The footprints. Yes, he says, God curse the footprints, not solving that case for us. There's still 28% possibility the shot came from a distance. We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. A light nod through some pain. I agree with this. What else? An antique bullet from the Belle McGrave 446mm. How hard can it be to find one? How hard can it be? It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one, all completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless. There are all these old bunkers and weapons caches Revolutionary era. We could find thousands more if we wanted to. All Revachol is full of them. You know what? You know what I think about? Solving crimes. He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead. Solving crimes is almost impossible. Solving crimes... Actually, I want to talk about this crime some more before I tell you what I think about its hardness. Solving crimes is hard. It really is very hard. That concussion must be making him dizzy. You're not ready to give up, are you? That's right. Let's give up. Time to start drinking. You're not ready to give up, are you? No. There's a short pause. Are you ready to limp? I'm ready. Good. There's a pause. Where do you want to limp? Lieutenant did mention doing more ballistics. Also, it's just close enough to endure the walk. We should check out Mrs. Cartier's-Lasage's room upstairs. Let's just aimlessly wander until a clue presents itself. Let's go upstairs. Why not? He extinguishes the cigarette on the sole of his boot. Another look at the window, perhaps. The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better. Newly replaced glass shining in the morning light. You hear traffic outside, back in the world again. Look, the door is open. You can walk right in to Kim's room. You see gleaming white enamel, no bottles inside. Yeah, I'd like to go into Kim's room, actually. Stereo 8 player has been reunited with its right speaker. See what you're doing, Kim. The alarm is set for 6:50 a.m. All right. What's this? Half-finished paperwork. These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half-finished. You make out notes on this and other recent cases. Head guard opened the door to your room. He closes the notes. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer. Point to yourself. I'm such a burden. I saw apocalyptic visions. I thought I was dead. Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer. It would have been easy were it not for my conscience. We both got lucky, considering the odds we faced. There's a pause. Let's go. Okay, can I go out that door? I think I can. I gotta go this way. Ooh, that's been a lot of crazy stuff happening in the last couple minutes, the last hour. Ouch, that leg hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. Okay. Cannot run. Two neon light lit shapes, a man and a woman. Oh yeah, we already talked about all that stuff. What is the point of origin, damn it? It's not the roof, and you would have found it had been on the coast in either B prime or B double prime. Which leaves the island in the bay. I think the shot might have come from the islet. He nods. It's not impossible. There is a narrow opening between the commercial area and the collapsed tenement north of it. This is also the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet. So it is. Maybe we need to go to the island. Yes, that's not going to work. There must be something else we missed. Maybe we need to go to the island. Lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water. The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around. Martinez looking under every rock and talking to every person, but what else is there? What else is there? Not a lot? No. I'm going to the island. Are you in? Of course, he nods. Of course I'm in. He takes a second to gather himself, then says, how do we get there? Joyce had her sloop, but she's gone. Lily and the net picker. She's tarring her boat. Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go. To the village! It's going to make things a lot slower if I have to walk everywhere, but I think that makes sense. What our missions do we have here? Go to the island. I can call about that.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did, thank you, big improvement. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended the establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, sir. That was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him, crawled inside then. Bullets started flying anyway. He clears his throat. I wish you a quick recovery. Also, he raises his finger. You and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free. The drinks are not. He adds, just felt need to specify that. Where did everyone go? Oh, you know, he looks around the empty place. People don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. What happened to the man with the sunglasses? He shakes his head. I don't remember everyone who comes here. And many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad. By the way, where were you when it happened? Where was I? How do you think I know what crazy shit you pulled out there? I was there, out on the balcony, protecting my establishment. That's actually true. You remember him from the corner of your eye, right behind you on the whirling balcony. So yeah, he looks around aloof. I guess I'm what you call a badass. I guess you are a badass. If you say it as two different words like that, it sounds like you're something wrong in your ass. Yeah, I guess you are a badass. Yeah, I don't know. He feels the need to explain himself. Clients were panicking, and also, I guess I sort of found out that I didn't give a shit if I die. All right, thanks. Goodbye. Do 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 do. Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his beer in welcome.
Crazy motherfucker.
Let's add a
Didn't
whistle.
think you had that fury in you, but I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that.
He looks at you with unmistakable
I
respect.
guess what I'm trying to say here is thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
He extends his hand. No need to thank me, just doing my job. Just doing my job. Well, cheers anyway, Copper. He raises his whiskey bottle in salute. Sorry about the people you lost. His bruised face stiffens. Theo was old. I think he'd pretty happy with the way he went out. Never could imagine him withering away on a sick bed. But Angus, he gulps. He was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still the balls on that kid. He went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear. And Glenn was my friend. Best I ever had. I love that crazy... like my own brother. He takes a sip of his beer. We're all messed up without him. But what are you gonna do? This job is shit. Hold on. Where's that Shanky fella? Dennis, that poor little rat, is dead too. He shakes his head. I always thought he'd run. But no, he stayed. Stupid, brave fella. They were good people. I'm sorry it went like that. We were born into this world to die, it seems. Maybe there's redemption in it. At least at the end of the day, this is getting dark. Good people, sorry. Oh yeah, Memento Mori, right? Memento Mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan various religious orders have thrown around since the dawn of mankind to emphasize the vanity of earthly life and the transient nature of all earthly pursuits. In essence, it means one should live virtuously in this life to live better in the afterlife. Yeah. What does that mean? It means you might die tomorrow, so live every day like it's your last. Ain't that right, fellas? Absolutely. Today I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bet a good-looking gal. Cause tomorrow a motor carriage might run me over. Or you might die of heart failure, or syphilis. Hey. What's going to happen to the Hardy Boys now? I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows who'd love nothing more than to advance social democracy by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows and maybe want to have some fun with his brother. He pauses. Anyway, don't you worry, as long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys. He's right. The numbers are replaceable in an organization of thousands of men. There are plenty who'd join. Any idea what I should do now? Judging by the sight of you, he looks at your bandages. I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a... yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Jamrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right now. Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Elaine. I do always appreciate good use of the expression milkers. You're welcome, Bino Claude. Titus' response is completely unironic. You're all right in my book. So long, fellows. Be good. I don't have to come back here again. Take care, coppers, he says with a warm smile. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice. He nods to you, then to the lieutenant. Capo Loco, and then a normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Jamrock. Scars make the best tattoos, they say. Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step in that line of fire, but you did. And if you ever felt like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hard Hardy Boy copper, and Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead. The RCM could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it. I will, Capo. That's a promise. He puts his hand down. Now scoot, cause the Hardy Boys got some mourning and drinking to do. Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. The town needs you on your feet. Good point, Bino Claude. Hardy looking at his beers. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight. Okay. Oh, don't run. Not supposed to run. I've got to be close to finishing off that thought cabinet, right? This looks interesting. The graffito has been painted over the traces of a fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull. Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found words for her masterpiece. The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger. This is still fresh. She wasn't here yesterday. Smell heavy fuel oil and blood. Some of it is even yours. Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? What are you trying to imply? What are you trying to imply, Fingers? You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy, and throw it down here, you know, just to see what happens, see if it's flammable. It's better, that's way safer. Light the graffito on fire at what? With a burning cigarette. I don't even know where you get cigarettes. Go to the island. Do you get cigarettes in Frit? Pick up the radio. Precinct 57, we've been attacked. I repeat, Lieutenant Kim Katsuragi. Alice Priest connected with 41. Jules, I heard that some people think of me as La Puta Madre's peon. Do you think that I am corrupted? 10-4, sir. There's a pause as he seems to mull it over behind his enormous radio microscope. Well, there's been some talk, sir. He finally says reluctantly, some talk. What do you mean? There's been some talk. Do you think I'm corrupt or not? Does it mean people know that I'm a dirty cop? Because I am. I'm the dirtiest, most dangerous cop in Revachol. My reputation precedes me. I want you to know that I would never, ever do anything like that. I'm not taking bribes, Jules. Some talk. What does it mean? What does it even mean? There's been some talk. Do they think I'm corrupt or not? I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But there's always some talk in stations. You know how officers in Jamrock are. But again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over. Huh. Close the door. So that's done. This guy's got cigarettes. You got one I can borrow, buddy?
My man, you're alive. Almost, kind of, sort of alive.
Alive and limping. Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. He nods thoughtfully, had a strong sense of finality to it. So what next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? This is local union muscle. We're behind it. Talk is local union muscle. The local union muscle. We're behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show. Yeah, the case is kind of done. I'm still looking around. Loose ends. It wasn't the local union muscle, by the way. Hey, that's just what I heard. Old wives' tale. So what's next? I'm still looking around. Loose threads to tie up. Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right? Right, a few questions before I go. Met the lady driver on my investigation. It is wise to share information about the case like this. Lieutenant throws you a quick glance. What are you doing? Yeah, that's it. Can't share anymore. She slipped away. Whoa, good on her, and good on you too. Better focus on your efforts on the bad guys, mercs and such. Plenty of baddies go around. And she didn't do it, believe me. If it's something bad, then she didn't do it. Didn't know her for long, but I know people. Alright, that's enough sharing. Alright, Kim. Fair enough. Not running is going to really slow me down. Yellow roses in the window. Those aren't the flowers that were left for Those aren't the flowers that were left for Kalige. Those the smokes. What do those products do? Who is Saint Baptiste? Saint Baptiste, you know, she nods slowly at the cabinet. The pharmaceutical company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds. Okay. Can I have a nose fed? Bottle of magnesium. I'll take a nose fed. 2 nose fed. Let's get a lot. I don't want to go through that again and not be prepared. Right, where are those cigarettes back here? Yes, cigarettes. In heaven. Say nothing, just take it in. Don't ask, don't look, don't do anything, just go away. Give me a Commodore Red, give me a Pale. Wow, these things are really, Substance Smoke Astra. Substance use affects health. +1 intellect, -1 health. Alright, let's go do this quest. Step back, Lieutenant. Set the graffito on fire with a lit cigarette. One day I will return to your side. The fuel oil catches fire immediately with low hiss. Bright orange flash across the surface of their lettering. Rain turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling with the black smoke. You've been policed, Marnays. Say nothing. Stare grimly into the flames. God, I'm on my way. Say nothing. Lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. Then the fire falters. Let's go to that island. Heck yeah. Just 2 cops, one last ride. I wonder if that club is still there. Alright, keep walking, guys. I'm guessing if you don't do all the side stuff, you can I don't know. I mean, I wonder if anytime you confront that... Oh, I ran. If anytime you confront that person, does it trigger the showdown? Or is that just a matter of I did all the side stuff, and if I hadn't done the side stuff, I could have gotten through all the main stuff in time to solve the murder and avoid the showdown and actually have the answer. Be curious to know once I'm done. curious now if I'm able to solve this logic check. Still dancing. No worries about a showdown over here. Don't mind us just bleeding through.
Yes, what is it?
Now it still says pale unknown, so we're gonna keep going. I'm assuming that will lift at some point. Alright, I'm gonna run. I'm sure that'll come back to bite me eventually, but it's taking just way too long to walk everywhere. Alright, Lillian.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping?
I got
You
shot.
look terrible.
Some people hurt me. I want to talk to you about something else. Some people hurt
Is
me.
this from the shooting in town? Weird gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
I have questions for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
Need to get to that island. That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. The people... She points to her skiff next to the jetty. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. Can we borrow your boat? 2 days of sunshine. I just got bacterial infection. What's on that island? Nothing, just ruins. Used to be some kind of fortifications there before the war. For the communards, and anti-aircraft gun, I think, bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it. Hasn't been there herself. Who has then? You said you haven't been there yourself, but who has if not you? My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know, my mother told me. This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution against the coalition forces before they took this city. She looked around. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do on rafts. I tell them not to go, but they bring back old bullet casings and such. Which kids? The twins. She points to the 2 kids playing on the concrete yard. God forbid they bring the girl along some rickety barge. Can we maybe ask the twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright? Be my guest. She looks at the boys. They have a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do. Is there anything I should know about getting there? Well, most of it's sunken underwater. That means concrete. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there. Aye, aye, Captain. Can we borrow your boat? If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice and yellow, and no drinking on the boat. Her eyes narrow, and no joyriding either. Of course not, ma'am. It's only for a day or two, official police business. Aye, she nods. Nod along attentively. The crow's feet disappear from the corner of her eyes as she smiles at you. Thanks, we'll use your skiff to get there then. Reassured her about some. Okay, be seeing you. Alright, we'll take a real quick break and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Alright, we're back. Let's go talk to the kids, and then we'll head to the island. Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right? Is little Lily your sister? Yes? Yes. Yes. That's it. You're being laconic about it. It doesn't look like he knows what that means. That's funny. Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right? On that island, the one who's busy kicking his stones points to the bay. Yes, that one. I need to know what's there. That's, nothing. The boy pauses to think with his finger in his mouth. It's just a sea fort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And the other one butts in. We make a fire. We make a fire. His brother nods, gathering sticks for the fire and bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets. Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important. Wait, you mean shells? I don't know what those are. What then? There are lights. The fire guy comes out and asks us to put the fire out. Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy. They must mean a human being on the island, but it's cut off. Someone lives on the island? No, the boy answers, shaking his head vehemently. His brother looks at him, then at you. Yes, he says. Lieutenant raises his eyebrows and whips out his notebook. Let's go with yes. What is the fire guy? Why is he the fire guy? Because the boy pauses to think. Because he asks to put the fire out. Why does he ask you to put the fire out? I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like the people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes, the other one adds laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little tin soldier. You mentioned something about lights. Starts one of them. It's hard to tell which one now. I don't know. Did you mean there are electrical lights? He points to the street light. Yes, the boy looks at his toes. Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy? Age, does he live there? No, he doesn't live there, I don't think. No, he lives there, the other nods. He's been there twice, 2 times. Huh, the first one pauses to think, then comes to some kind of conclusion. He doesn't live there, he isn't there sometimes. Anything else? What does this guy look like? I don't know. They say almost in unison. How come? We ran, just yelled, we shouldn't be there. Your father used to go to that island too, didn't he? Our father killed himself? Don't say that. He didn't. His brother punches him. The boy's eyes well up. He's like, well, as the boy's eyes well up, like he's about to start crying. Father did not kill himself. I don't know. The boy who made the claim finds himself unsure of it. He looks around. The other watches him, brows knitted. It doesn't even have anything to do with this. Father isn't the fire guy. The two things are unconnected. Your question didn't make sense. Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island? There's the boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear that he has no intention of finishing the sentence. Lights, fire guy, the lieutenant looks up. We should check up on that island. Bye, kids. Take care. Okay. Let's go to that island, Kim. Just 2 buddy cops doing buddy things. I hope we don't ruin her boat. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skill points we can use. That's good. Might max out interfacing and go try that red check eventually. It's the cigarettes. Go to the island. A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. The boat's belly is a shiny yellow color, industrial paint over fresh tar. You see it reflect off the water along with factory number A72. SRV made. This machine represents humanitarian aid from a workers' state on the Samaran Isola. The ROO logo on the engine gives it away. That and the white 5-pointed star. Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Oh. Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this. This banged up old thing is an ROO A72. It'll float. You take the engine cam, I'll hold the boombox. Get in. I'm not ready yet, leave. Well, I guess we should go try that interfacing check, because now it does kind of seem like this is it. That'll still leave us a couple points if we need them over there. But that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because this has still got that -10 modify. I guess we're still going to come back. But, I mean, I can max out my interfacing. That's going to give us the best chance we're going to get, so... Unless they have, like, some kind of crazy interfacing bonus item that I don't know about. Everybody's probably saying, no, don't do it. Wait. Let's go ahead and save it in case that happens. Okay. Interfacing. Level up, level up, level up. Save. We're going to interface this door really hard. Still a 17% chance, even though I leveled it up all the way. And I failed. Oh, the door's shut tight. How can we get in there? You rattle the handles with a bit, the push on the door. With all your weight, it does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut. Lieutenant shrugs, we don't get in there. What do you mean? What do you mean? We get into, like, everywhere. Come on, we even got in a light bending guy's container, but you're saying we can't get in here? Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door. No, we've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors, we're cops, that's our perk, even Everard knew that's part of our MO. That's who I am, who we are. I'm not going to accept this. This door could be part of investigation. Relax, no one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either, and thus they can't get in. He looks at the door with a rueful smile. One more door. At least you can think about opening it, about doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your life. Perhaps something useful will come of this. That's funny. It cannot be a disgrace. That door on the coast, you remember the one, right? The one that leads to the abandoned supply depot? Why in the name of all that's holy does it not open? Why? There has to be a way to get through the unopened door. By gods, you're the police. All doors are supposed to open before you. What will others at the precinct think if you can't open the door? I could level up my logic. I've got, what do I got right now? Got a 10? I could get it up to a 12. And I wonder what that would do. That would give me a plus, essentially a +3 on that roll. So right now I'm at a -8, which means the only way to pass a 16, you can't do it. You just have to roll double 6s. No, I'm at a +2, because I've got a 10. So that would give me +2. There's no way to hit a 16. If I put 1 in it, I'm at an 11. If I put 2 in it, I'm at 12. So I'm at a +4. Which means I still only succeed on double 6s. So getting rid of the pale unknown is probably the only way I'm going to succeed at that. That's rough. Huh. I don't think I have any clothes on that are negating my logic. No. Alright. Let's go to that island. Hope that I, at some point, uncover the pale unknown. Because if not, that's going to be a tough nut to crack. I keep every skill point I get, I can stack in logic, but at least I have a save. Once that's over, I can come back and see what happens with that. To the island. Skiff floats on the calm motor of the mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Have you made all? Yes, I think we have. You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox. What? How else do you blast sad FM on our way to the island? You heard me. Don't make me repeat myself. What? How else do we blast sad FM? Fine, he gives you a resigned shrug. Let's blast sad FM then. Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. You seem to know its frequency by heart. Get in the boat and ride to the island. Yeah. This is awesome!
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever.
Good job, Kim. Boat comes to a slow stop. Kim turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails take off in the distance. Get to the island. Let's go, he whispers. Alright, we're on the island. Success. Rusted chain trails off into the ocean. The chain trails off into the ocean, connected to the island, to the supply depot on the coast. This leads to the depot in Land's End. Lieutenant looks at the mechanism overhead. Ah, yes, so it seems. What do you think it was used for? For bringing the munitions to the island, maybe, and supplies. You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain. As a defensive measure, locking off the side of the bay. Lock it from whom? From enemies. He looks up ahead. Enemies from the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe. Finish thought. A makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. I don't really see anything over here. Oh. These tires are falling apart. They're at least 50 years old. Okay. Can't go over there. Alright, here we go. Let's see what happens. That didn't sound good. There's lingering trace of mazout in the air. Some fuel has leaked out of the barrel. Black viscous. Attention, inflammable. Inflammable? I don't think so. It doesn't sound inflammable. Perception hearing. The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away birds ring. Wings touch the still surface of the sea. What's that flutter? The flock of quail departs, now more than 100 meters away, 102, 105. Underneath the flutter, on the islet, there is almost no wind under the rain quietly falling on the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline, long dried leaves chafing against each other, the soft raindrops. Like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of some major work. Of great importance to the few who attend. To the west, a silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of pine tree. To the east, the faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand, the low tide filtered through its grains, a bird tending to its feathers. Ahead, a low hum, the air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating hollow, a big building. Beyond that, further north, air flows out of the pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets. Flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless. Below the silence, a jitter. A sound impatient to happen, but not yet in this world. Kim. Yes, it's pretty silent on this island. Have you noticed how quiet it is here? I have. Is that why we're stopping? Wait, I have to listen to one more thing. Open your eyes, stop listening. I wonder if this is part of the 2mm hole in the world. The barrel says ICM. You see a star with little specks on it. ICM. This feels familiar somehow. Kim, what is the ICM? Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army, the Black and White Army of the Revolution. Sounds an awful lot like RCM. Sounds like RCM, Revachol Citizens Militia. It does. Why? The RCM may descend from the ICM. May? That's impossible to say. He looks towards the darkened doorway. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals. Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex. It's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on busted crutches making you pant. What I'm hearing is we descended from a glorious revolutionary army. It's a little embarrassing. In 51, maybe we need a rebrand. ICM sounds like ICP, very close to International Collaboration Police. Nice and normal that way. No one remembers the ICM. The connotation is less important each year. He bows to inspect the barrel. A white star, point to the star on the label. No, he looks at it, an upside-down star. With horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune. Are those specks stars too? No, that's the uninhabited archipelago. A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinde, known as the face in the sea. Looks old. What's it doing here? After, he thinks 44 years. That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Freighter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel. As you saw, the city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel. Okay. Oh. Be careful not to fall. The cliff face looks steep. Gosh, I wonder what all there is to inspect here. No way to get up there. The stairs are gone. This was once an armament rest. Twin cannons were attached here, medium distance, large caliber. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Looks like a generator of some kind. Microgrid generator, an old cylindrical generator, is nested above the ammo lift with the makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth. It's cold now, he concludes, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired. Pour fuel into the tank. Where do these wires lead? What kind of generator is this? He looks at the wall socket downstairs somewhere. What kind of generator is this? Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout. He points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo. The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold. If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator. Tap on the side. Hollow ring. Canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift. What does this mean? A generator here? I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. I meant, why is it here? Someone with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy. The wind outside picks up suddenly with a faint howl. Inside it's warm. I don't want to pour the fuel into the tank quite yet. Books, mostly fantastic historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. A survivor's kitchen. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft-cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket. Someone has been squatting here. The lieutenant inspects the bed. Linen is fresh, recently washed. How recently? You force the rest of your sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak. New task, rest in the flak tower. You know, officer, he looks at you with a touch of concern. You can rest here if you're feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Why do I need to do that? Your damaged physique has earned this rest, no matter what thoughts and dreams it may bring. Maybe a little shut-eye, just an hour. Go to sleep. Roll up with your knees close to your chest. Blanket feels cold, the entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass, half an hour maybe, then sound of the sea. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness right next to the mattress. Slowly the world begins to hatch from blackness. It's evening. Okay, we're awake. Kim? The lieutenant is no longer here, gone outside to the beach. Shh, which way? This way? Oh, no, not this way. Damn it, Kim. What if it was Kim that took the shot? Store is still here, closed. Feels strange somehow you can't get in. I didn't finish looking through everything. The chaw is pronounced rubbish. Oh, yeah. I'm just reading every text that comes up now. Wait, where am I going? What am I clicking even? Kim? Go down to the chain. There's something there. The chain is over here, isn't it? Okay, so I can't click that way. Oh, no. Something bad has happened to Kim. I'm not going to be a happy person. Go down to the chain. Walk into the water now. See her footprints on the water. Oh, this is the dream. That's okay. Further. Dolores Day. Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism. Internationalism and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship bag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Off to advise the Queen of Schist. Most likely, this is the holy suzerain of Mundi and Insolinde. Definitely not your wife. You need to talk to her. Think of the historical knowledge you could gain. I don't know, man. What is the holy suzerain doing here? Something seems off. Hey?
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. How are you doing, Harry?
I'm in my head. I miss you.
Well, I'm in my head too. We're all in our heads.
Do you miss me there? Okay.
Sometimes. Not as often as I used to. So much time has passed. More than it seems here.
She stares at her feet, the zebra stripes on the intersection, the lights of the video rental glow in the air. Something is off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
She stops mid-sentence, glancing to her right, then looks at her bag. Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there. In Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter. My globe cruciger. A spare silk gown. A toothbrush. Travel documents. The crown of immortality.
Crown of Immortality? Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this?
She corrects the wreath on her forehead.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, manna and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say, then over her shoulder. You stay for a moment. We need to have one more massive epic showdown. Wait, I've got the little toy.
No, Harry.
She shakes her head.
I don't want a massive epic show.
Want to go to the aerodam.
I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out.
The atoms don't form us
Atoms
anymore.
don't form us anymore. Us, our love,
Oh no.
Newborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave River Shoal and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh god, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try that now. But that's not a very good way for things to be. I bought you this figurine of a headless fallen rider. You said I have a vast soul and you always come back to it. Okay, I bought you this figure of a headless fallen rider. I don't want it. She doesn't take it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. I thought you liked figurines. I thought the figurines were getting you back. That's not what the figurines do, Harry, but the figurines don't do anything. She looks at the headless fallen rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say. The figurine doesn't do anything at all, but I thought the historic figures she had, she liked war games and figurines. Yes, I thought it would be good. What about dice? What about dice? I had custom dice made in this place, a doomed commercial area. Okay, I won't give you things then. You said I had a vast soul and you always come back to it. We both said a lot of things. We were very young. It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it. Said those things. Actually, you didn't say it. You wrote it in a letter, a handwritten letter. I kept it in my paperwork. As Queen Regent, I write a lot of letters. She brushes a strand of white hair out of her eye. You need to recite it to her for effect. All of it. No summaries. Yeah, put a stake through your heart. She'll get hurt too. Collateral damage. She won't get hurt. You'll bend out of the way. I have it right here. Let me refresh your memory. Let's take a trip down memory lane. You know what I mean. Start reciting. You know what I mean. You left me a letter saying you always come back to me. That you can believe how happy you are with me. You won't get hurt. She'll bend out of the way. Yeah, put a stake through your heart. She'll get hurt too. Collateral damage. That doesn't seem like something I would do. Let's summarize it. Hang on 1 second. Alright, back. Okay, Harry, she sighs. Okay. It was morning and you slept. The room smelled of cigarettes and Rowans. There was a hoarfrost on the ground when I left. It was autumn, the first one we had together. But you have to understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No, it was 100,000,000 years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, Harry, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest, but I am no longer that person. This, she points to herself, has taken her place. It will devour you, Harry. I will eat your mind. The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. DeLorean figure cut in black moves below. It's still her, her legs, her breasts, her hips. Can't you turn back to the person you were? I can't. I can see her in you under the gown and that wreath. Voyager Road. I know that place. Where is it? There was a bow collector's, a light rail streetcar number. It was here, Harry. She looks around. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it, 300 million meters. 300 meters from the stop. We used to come here to rent videos. The house. There, she points across the water to the darkness. You could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lighthouse, a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for the militia, my parents' money, it was not good. Surely the alcohol didn't help either. Were we drinking? No, that's not it. It's super easy to quit drinking, and it has no effect on human relations of this kind. She looks at her toenails sticking out from under the ground. Everyone has a little glass of wine every now and then. I certainly do. It's a Queen Regent thing. I don't think it was the alcohol. It was the inevitability. There was a bow collector, a light rail streetcar number 42. She nods sadly. That is the light rail that took me to Quran, to school, and to work every morning. It's the same stop I met you at, Harry, 100,000 million years ago. No human being should still remember the position of atoms such aeons ago. It must feel unnaturally sad, a sadness so ancient it is shared even by the archibacteria. I was cool. The coolest. She closes her eyes. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants, smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day, and you were some of it, at least. You were my first kiss, my first time to have sex, the first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me, in fact, but that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore. A ticket stub. Yes, let's talk about that too. She nods. Let's bring it up. The zoo in La Jardin. The day we went east to the river to the aquarium first, I was sad about my mother. I didn't even know why. The shimmer of the fish tank on my face, the octopuses. It was just a day then, but to think, were we there now? You could touch my hair, kiss me, talk to me about anything, go. She shakes her head. Virtually anywhere in the world, not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret. That's sharp and precise. So sharp. No, it's all you. I always loved you for it, but it could not save us. It could not make me stay. In the end, your mind just told you precisely how bad things are, and who would want to stay around for that. What now? What happens now? What is the next thing we talk about? Is there anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. She looks over her shoulder. If you do not feel like doing that, you should let me go to the aerodrome. Don't let her go there. You should redo the topics, go over everything, the things you didn't say before too, make it go on and on. But that's not a very good way for things to be. Get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day. I don't know what you mean, Dolores Day. She looks at you quizzically. It does not seem like a mystery she wants to get into. You're the morning. I've heard you before, your voice on the phone. On the second thought, you're Dolores Day, Queen Regent. You're the morning. The morning, I don't understand. Tell me the morning I'm grieving, but you're not even dead. Oh, my God, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the morning. Morning, someone who's still alive, any of that. You're the X something. Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X something. You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Elysium Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have light rail to catch. She keeps glancing over her shoulder nervously. I haven't even bought the tickets yet. I should have stayed down. I should have gone deeper to a place where I never met you, because it's impossible to meet people in the abyss. I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm getting so much closure. I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite. Cool, your friends. Say hi to your friends for me. Say nothing, just look at her. She does not look back. Instead, eyes her fingernails. They're bitten, frayed. Evening wind blows in. The gown wraps around her like a white flag. I've heard you before. You're the voice on the phone. Oh, Harry, you shouldn't have done that. She shakes her head very slowly, her white hair brushing her shoulders. Do what? Call me like that. It wasn't me. It was my hand. My fingers called you. They shouldn't have. They really shouldn't have. I was in Mirova already, safe in the warmth of the night, wrapped in my future love. There, I think of you less and less. Whole weeks go by without remembering you. Months already. Soon it will be years without the hurt. I sit there in Mirova, in the holy gratitude of my bliss. I put my hand on my belly and smile. The air gets cold around you. She looks down on her stomach, then up at you. Her eyes are full of tremendous distance and mystery. The death blow is coming. Black-eyed dogs wander the alleys. Apple trees hang their bony limbs low over the patchwork of roofs. Red and black, Revachol West, the evening sun. She's left and bloomed far away from us. Our vast soul. It's Dora. That's what the voice said on the phone. Dora is short for Dolores. No, it can't be. She's Dolores Day. Innocence of humanness. Dora is short for Dolores. Dubois, yes, Dora Dubois. That's why I think of Dolores Day. Are you Dora Dubois? No, it can't be. She's Dolores Day. Are you Dora Dubois? Oh, no. She shakes her head. We're not doing that again. That was not the death blow yet. You saved yourself for now. Keep stumbling around. It will happen. You're just an evil ape. We're all just evil apes. On second thought, you're Dolores Day, Queen of Regent, blah, blah, blah. You're just an evil ape. You don't have to hate the world. She looks around her at the evening light. Can't you see how kind and beautiful everything is? I don't have time to deal with your pessimism. There are so many people at the stop at this hour. They're all going to the aerodrome. I lost, and it was you who I lost too. Beautiful world, beautiful aerodrome, evil aerodrome, taking everything away from me. Forget about the aerodrome for 1 second. I lost, and it was you who I lost too. It wasn't a fight. I was never fighting you. It was always a fight with these tiny apes. You're right, yes, so paranoid of me. There is no antagonism between us. I didn't want to fight you. You're the tiny ape I loved. You're the one I loved. She shakes her head. Let's stop with the apes. This isn't going anywhere. Told her you loved her. She has to feel something. On second thought, okay, conclude that. Yes, Harry, I am. Things have gotten much better for me now that I am the ruler of the known world. She pulls up a silvery sleeve of her gown to check the time. Oh god, it's already so late, I have to go. A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrist. That's not a very good way to end for things to be. It's not, but she looks at her feet, little golden sandals. But what? Tell me there's something good, that's it. I don't know why I said that, but there is no but. That's it. That's it, yes. She looks up from her toes. We've talked about it a million times. We'll get over it. Just like I did. People do. Things will go good for you again. Where in hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything. You're right. I don't even remember who you are anymore. Maybe I think I've reached the end of the investigation. I'm not getting over it at all. You're right. I don't even remember who you are. Maybe I think I've reached the end of the investigation. See, her eyes widen. It just takes some time for you. I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me too. I used to think I couldn't live without you. She looks you straight in the eye. Her irises are light blue, flecked with green. 20 years, but I can. 20 years, that's so much time. Felt that way once. So much time. Yes, it only took me 1 year, maybe 2. She smiles and wipes her brow in relief. Woo. So you felt that way once. You cannot live without me. Yes, but that time is gone now, so very gone. Doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again. Okay then, super okay. We could try again? No, Harry, we can't. Why? We already tried again and it didn't work. Is that how it is now? We should just try all the good things twice and then give up. By that logic. Not you too. Let's be the last sane people in the world, but only twice. If it doesn't work, let's lose our minds. What went wrong? We tried again. I can do better. I can do it better. Proceed. I don't know, please. She shuffles from one golden sandaled foot to the other. In the distance, a streetcar screeches. Okay. Why can't we be together? Harry, we can't be together because you're insane. Her eyes turn to soft ovals. Aww. Insane? How? They're turning moist now. Her eyes, she only slowly shakes her head and tries to get a hold of herself, brushing her hands to her gown. What do you mean by insane? You know what I mean. Yes, I may know what you mean. No, you don't. You've worked there for so long. You can't talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you questions. Did someone say questions? They're not lists, they're trees. They're not lists, they're trees. This is another one, isn't it? We're in a tree right now. Yes, it's not possible to talk without trees. Lists are absolutely normal. But I like my lists. Yes, it's not possible to talk without trees. But I like my lists. It's not just the lists, or the trees, or whatever. She corrects the wreath on her head with her hands trembling. You get sad, Harry, too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for too long. You only communicated with encyclopedic trivia. I was so alone. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man, and you have to be in hell until the end of your life, and I have to go to Morova. Don't go. I have to, Harry. I already missed 8:30. Her fingers wrap around the bag handle. I'm gonna go now. Bye, Sarah. She cannot but love you. She has said so 100 times. Wait, can't we sit down, have a coffee first? There's a cafeteria around the corner. Hold on. What are you gonna do, Morova? Don't want me to let you go? Not really. Okay, I understand. Silently like a martyr. No, actually, wait. I need to see what the list again. Wait. Can't we sit down and have a coffee first? There's a cafeteria around the corner. No, that would be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life and love, laughter are waiting. The cafeteria, dust, hell, and tragic comedy. What are you going to do in Morova? Life. Light life, culture. So much better than here. Everything here reminds me of you and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying love. I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into. Okay. You don't want me to let you go? Not really. You asked me not to. That was someone else. I betrayed her, overrode her, and am happier for it. And now I'm really going now. The time is up. Must be on the 10:20 flight. Will we ever see each other again? I won't see you, but you will see me. How can that be? Oh, Harry, this is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? She looks around. A year, 2, 5. How will I see you again then? Right here, tomorrow night. Once the stream starts happening, it keeps happening 3 times a week at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness after leaving you for the first time so long ago. This is so intolerably bad. I like this. This is so intolerably bad. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, sorry there, Respawn Official. I was in the middle of a very intense discussion with the figment of my ex-wife. We're just playing Disco Elysium, and pretty close to the end, I think. Of course, I've been saying that for like the last 3 or 4 streams. So, who really knows? Alright, Kim. Yeah, it's been really cool. When I first started playing, it kind of threw me for a loop, but the more I got into it, I've come to like it. It's definitely, I've definitely got a feel for it the longer I got into it, and really like the gameplay engine quite a bit. It definitely has a unique style to it, though. Kim says, "You're up quick. How was your sleep?" My sleep was deep and invigorating. Try to cover up the blood seeping out of your hands. Actually, it was total annihilation, Kim. Oh. Looks like... Let's see, let's finish this conversation, and then we'll call it a stream. Swallow the blood and conclude. Let's comb the entire island centimeter by centimeter. That's the next step in the task chain. Split out the blood and get back to work. You're badass like that. Well, let's do that. Let's centimeter by centimeter. Okay. I hate that you just popped in here right at the end, Respawn, but if you want to hit the follow, you'll get the notification the next time I start up, and then you can hop back in and we can finish it up. But I'm going to stop here for the time being, and guess we will take a crack at finishing this again next time. So thanks everybody for coming to hang out, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya!